The laws of indices only cannot solve this Harvard exam test question. And do you want to know some other laws you can apply in order to solve this question? Join me as we solve this question. We are given the first root of -1. What will the result be? Now let's solve this. As we solve this, I want you to recall one specific law of indices. Let's draw our mind to that law of indices. We will have n multiplied by the square root of a. Remember, according to the law of indices, this will be equal to a to the power of 1 divided by n, right? Good. Now, I want to also draw your mind back to the law of some rules in complex numbers. In complex numbers, we have -1 to be equal to I, right? So that means I square can be equal to -1 because I can take the square of both sides. Why this cut off this? I'll give this its own square. So this stands and this stands. Now, how do we apply that in solving this? First of all, we're going to apply the law of indices. From the law of indices, this is going to give me -1 to the power of 1 divided by 4, right? And the solution is what we are absolutely looking for. So if we simplify that, remember that -1 is I square. So we're going to have I square multiplied by 1 divided by 4. And the solution is what we are looking for. In the next step, we want to think of simplifying that. Multiplying the exponent, we'll have the exponent to give us I multiplied by 2 multiplying 1 divided by 4. And what will this give us? We're going to have 2 cancelling out 4 to give us 2, and then that expression is going to give us that solution to become I to the power of -1 divided by 2, not negative, and that will give us what? If you remember the law of indices, just as we did, a to the power of 1 divided by 2 can still give us the square root of a, right? So that simply can give us the square root of I. And from our original expression, the square root of I can be equal to that original expression given to us, which is equal to the first root of -1. So let's take this expression as one key expression we have gotten. Now, if we look at that expression very well, we want to now make some assumption. If we now suppose that, let me assume that we have a plus bi to be equal to the square root of I. Now, how do we simplify this? Now, let's simplify this by taking the square on both sides. If we take the square of both sides, we'll have a plus bi all squared, and this will be equal to, that's the only way we can clear off the square from the left hand side. From this side, you see that the square will cancel out the square, right? And that left hand side will simply be equal to I. Now, what about the right hand side? The right hand side we can simplify using algebraic expression. If we use algebraic expression, we're going to have that simplification to give us a square, right, plus b square, right, I square, and the other one will be plus 2 multiplied by a multiplied by b multiplied by I, right? And that expression is being expanded. Now, from this whole expression, you should recall that I square is equal to -1. So we're going to have a square plus b square multiplying -1 and this will be plus 2ab and this will be equal to I, right? So what do? If we multiply this in the next step, plus b square multiplied by negative will give me a square minus b square plus 2abi, and this will be equal to I. I have the right to put 0 here because I can be plus 0. Now here we have the real and we have the imaginary. If we make this possible so that we can equate the real and the imaginary, we can have 2abi, right, plus a square minus b square, and this will be equal to I plus 0. Now if we equate the real with the imaginary, while this is imaginary, this is real, while this remains imaginary, this is real. So if we equate the imaginary and the real, we'll have the other side of the expression to be 2abi to be equal to I, right? And on this other side, we'll have a square minus b square to be equal to 0. So how do we simplify this? Let's start with the imaginary. We'll simplify the imaginary. I can simply want to divide there by j and divide there by j. While j cancel out j to give us 1, this will cancel out this, and then we'll have 2ab to be equal to 1. From this expression, we can see that our b will be equal to 1 divided by 2a, and that is an equation we should hold there. Because we still have a, it can't be a solution. So b is equal to 1 divided by 2a. Now on this other side, we are going to simplify this. If we simplify that expression, remember that b is now 1 divided by 2a. We'll now have that expression to become a square minus, let's take our b to be 1 divided by 2a. If we insert that value over here, square, and this will be equal to 0. So we'll have our a square to be negative 1 square can give us 1 divided by 4a square, and this will be equal to 0. Now if we simplify this using our lowest common multiple, you simply find out that this will simply give me 4a square, because 4 multiplied by a square will be the common denominator, and this will give us a square minus, while this gives us 1 divided by 4a square, and this will be equal to 0. Now from that expression, if we simplify both sides, we are going to have that expression to give us 4a to the power of 4 minus 1 divided by 4a square to be equal to 0. So I can simply simplify this by multiplying both sides by 4a square. If I multiply both sides by 4a square, I can simply have my equation to be equal to, while 4a square here cancel out 4a square, this is going to give me 4a to the power of 4 minus 1, that will be equal to 0, because this times this will give us 0. So from this expression, we can simplify. If I simplify this, I'm going to have 4a to the power of 4 to be equal to 1. While I divide both sides by 4, I'll have here divided by 4, here divided by 4, While 4 cancel out 4 here, I'll have my a to the power of 4 to be equal to 1 divided by 4. If I simplify that expression, I'll have my a to the power of 4, which will give me the fourth root of, if I take the fourth root of both sides, that will be equal to the fourth root of 1 divided by 4. While these cancel out this, we'll have a will be equal to the fourth root of 1 divided by 4. Now, can we simplify that fourth root of 1 divided by 4? Of course, yes, we can. If we simplify that, I'm going to look at that to become a equal to 1 divided by 4 all to the power of. That can give me all to the power of 1 divided by what? 1 divided by 4, right? And this a can be equal to 1 divided by 2 square, right? And this will be what? 1 divided by 4. If I take out that square, I'll have a to be equal to 1 divided by 2 all square multiplied by 1 divided by 4. While these cancel out this to give me 2, I'll have my a over here to now be equal to, my a will now be equal to 1 divided by 2 to the power of 1 divided by 2. So from that expression, I can have my a to be equal to the square root of 1 divided by the square root of 2, right? So from that expression, we can see that the value of our a is now equal to 1 divided by the square root of 2. And this is the solution for the value of a. If this is a solution of the value of a, that means we can simply find the value of b. Now from that expression, what are we going to have? We have b equal to 1 divided by 2a, right? So we're going to put that inside that. If b is equal to 1 divided by 2a, then our b will be equal to 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 1 divided by root 2. Now if we simplify this, we're going to have our b to be equal to 1 divided by 2 multiplying 1 divided by root 2. So how do we simplify this? Indices, we can have this. Remember, root 2 multiplied by root 2 can be equal to 2, right? So we can replace that. If we replace that, the value of our b will be equal to 1 divided by root 2 multiplied by root 2, and this will be multiplying 1 divided by root 2, and that way root 2 can simply cut out root 2, and then the value of our b can be equal to 1 divided by root what? Root 2. So 1 divided by root 2 is also the solution to the value of b. Now, if 1 divided by root 2 is also the solution to the value of b, now I want you to recall the expression we had earlier on, that our fourth root of -1, we got it to be equal to the square root of I. And we say these two expressions, we match them with a plus bi. So from this expression, you can see that the value of our fourth root of -1 can be equal to 1 divided by root 2, which is a, plus 1 divided by root 2, which is also the conjugate. So this is equal to this expression, and that will be the solution to that mass expression given to us up there. So the square root of this will match this. With this, the square root of fourth root of -1 can be equal to 1 plus 1 divided by root 2 plus 1 divided by root 2. And this stands as the solution to that expression given to us up there. I know you did enjoy watching this math solution. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and colleagues, and remember to subscribe to our channel for more logical math solutions. Thanks so much for watching, and bye-bye for now.